is a professional contest before over 3 5-minute rounds in the Featherweight division of the FCC. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he enters the cage with a mixed martial arts record of 4 victories and 3 defeats, representing Nottingham MMA Team Wallhead, Trueman. And his opponent standing across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. He entered tonight with a professional mixed martial arts record of 4 victories and 1 defeat, representing Next Generation Liverpool, Ventre.
And with the technical difficulties over, we can get this one underway. Dean Trueman, Adam Ventre. Both guys with a decent amount of experience, both notably with Cage Warriors experience and both wearing Cage Warriors gloves here at FCC tonight, Josh.
Oh, well, it's always good for a throwback, but both guys starting very calmly. Center of the cage, and certainly the wider stance for Dean Trueman.
Trueman, no stranger to taking tough fights. Last competed on Cage Warriors in Newcastle, fighting Liam James pretty much in his own backyard.
Oh, Ventre straight in on a single, runs him up against the cage. Let's see what he can do with it here.
Ventre looked very good last time out against Dean Crawley. Chasing that single leg, not going to get it. Trueman doggedly fighting that one off himself. We see the Next Generation tattoo there on the back of the leg of Adam Ventre. Real pride in that gym. Has produced some great fighters over the years, Josh.
Yeah, certainly
They look to have another young crop coming through now.
This is good pressure up against the cage from Ventre, but he hasn't really chosen to do anything with it yet. Hasn't suddenly changed angle or switched grips too much. Just a good high underhook, keeping his man up on his toes. He needs to land some strikes or look to switch off to the takedowns from here.
Ventre content to just grind away. Oh, big knee from Dean Trueman. Trueman putting in a shift there with some big strikes.
Yeah, it's fantastic striking on the transition. I mean, you know, on the break is when those strikes need to come, and that's when they did. Really good work from Dean Trueman on the openings there. Really does come surging forward with some power. You can see him really turn his hip over with the power on those strikes.
Such a great striking pedigree in Nottingham in general, not just in MMA. Great Thai boxing scene there. Speaking of Thai boxing, a nice leg sweep from Dean Trueman.
Yeah, fantastic takedown from Dean Trueman. Capitalizing on the missed head kick. Ventre looking for the armbar. See Trueman square his hips up quickly and decisively.
And again, in the scramble, it's Trueman doing the work with the punches, Josh.
Yeah, that's the kind of opening that makes all the difference, is striking in the transition before the other person has had the chance to accept that you're back on your feet. Oh, and he's in on the neck.
Jumping guillotine from Adam Ventre.
That looks tight.
Neil Hall's taking a close look in this, but he's out.
Looking for the armbar now, straight off the cage.
Great transition from Ventre. Can Trueman get the elbow?
Can't quite see the position. It does look deep.
Trueman needs to pull that elbow out, Josh, and it looks like he has.
Yeah, he's got the chance to defense, switching off perhaps for the omoplata. Oh, good posture with the knee on the stomach in defense. They've both got
big hammer fist there from Dean Trueman.
Both guys showing some fantastic awareness on the ground. I love that Ventre didn't wait, you know. As soon as the one submission failed, the guillotine failed, he went for the arm failed, he went for the omoplata. And now he's still trying to find his way back in. Triangle perhaps. Although both arms well and truly inside again.
That's taken a few big shots though from the bottom as Adam Ventre.
Yeah.
Again, snaking the legs up. Looking for a leg lock there, perhaps.
Well, he's found the entry into 50-50.
Can't exactly see if he's got the heel there, Josh.
No, I mean, fighting the grips, fighting the head control was Dean Trueman.
Trueman tried to punch his way out of this one, just 10 seconds left.
Oh, I think he's probably going to survive. He's managed to keep his posture nice and closed, hasn't let his leg get stretched out.
And a great first round between these two featherweights.
Yeah, it certainly was. You probably got to say maybe give it to Dean Trueman for the top control, the better of the strikes, but make no mistake, Ventre was giving it everything from the bottom with the submission attempts. And I'd love to have seen how that leg lock position would have played out had we had another 1, maybe 2 minutes on the clock.
Be very interesting to see how this one plays out in the second round. Both these men have had their moments. Dean Trueman bringing quite a following from Nottingham. The fans have travelled from far and wide to see FCC tonight, and there's been some great fights so far this evening. Still a couple more to come, and one playing out before our very eyes as we speak. Adam Ventre taking advice in his corner. Ellis Hampson, Paul Rimmer, and of course the enigmatic FCC featherweight champ Paddy Pimblett. And you've got to think with Pimblett potentially moving to lightweight soon, Adam Ventre might have his eye on that featherweight title here at FCC.
Yeah, quite possibly. Got to get past Dean Trueman first, though.
Well, I think whoever wins this fight is definitely put in a good bid. Nice uppercut there from Dean Trueman, keeping Ventre honest. Oh, 3 shots land.
Lovely combination. Good entry from Ventre, but Dean Trueman with a fantastic frame and winging everything into that punch.
Trips Ventre down again, but has he given up the leg?
Well, he has got a heel hook entry here, and he's certainly got the stronger of the two positions. He needs to take a bit of the tension out of that leg and stretch him out, really.
Looking to crank the heel is Adam Ventre.
Yeah, Trueman is fighting the grips. He's got to clear the knee line, which he does.
Of course, that is the gamble you take when going for leg locks, leaving your face open to ground strikes.
Yeah, this is a huge position for Ventre if he knows how to finish it. And he needs to stretch him out rather than just trying to crank across the body.
Can't give Trueman too much space to tee off, though.
Well, this is a more unpleasant position. His head's going to be open if he's not careful.
Ventre trying to keep the arm locked in as well. Dean Trueman going to make it very uncomfortable from here, though.
He's still hunting for it.
Still got his legs latticed behind him, so doesn't look like Ventre's going to get this from here.
No, but he
finds
freed it. Well, yeah, and he's in a much stronger saddle position here. Oh, and again, you see how just forcing it across the body allowed Trueman to roll, to alleviate some of that pressure.
Trueman looking calm here. Ventre still attacking that ankle.
Yeah, this is a slightly looser position, but still very much a possibility.
Big punches again from Dean Trueman. Staying active while defending that leg lock.
Yeah, switching to a toe hold.
For the figure 4, perhaps, is...
Oh, no, this is going to be interesting. He's got the figure 4 toe hold, but it's a case of can he sit his body weight on top of that instep? And in this position, he's just lost the control. Trueman's going to try and kick him off a bit. And he needs to put those toes right to his opponent's backside.
And Trueman breaks it with his own foot.
Still hunting knee bar opportunities there as well.
A real chess match here at FCC 14 between Dean Trueman and Adam Ventre. Oh, big head kick from Trueman. A punch behind it.
Yeah,
and he immediately tries to lock the hands for a takedown. It's a huge slam.
Yeah, I mean, that was great work from him to open the space up for the takedown with a fantastic head kick. He's got to defend his neck here, though. I wonder how tired Ventre is. He had some good heel hook attempts there, but he really had to carry Trueman's weight for a big chunk of time there.
And Dean Trueman's fans in chorus here at the Bolton Macron Stadium, willing their man on. You have to think Trueman's ahead here as well in the second, Josh.
Yeah, I think that's probably fair at this point.
Looking for the armbar at the elbows, already through the fulcrum point. A couple of nice elbows there from Ventre, though. Still very much in this fight. It's the young man from Next Gen.
Yeah, looking to set up his high guard.
Referee Neil Hall. I think he's just popping the mouthpiece back in there for Dean Trueman. Neil, of course, one of the most experienced officials on the UK scene. Has refereed for the UFC as well. Great pleasure to have him here at FCC, lending his expertise to proceedings.
Hunting on that Kimura now is Ventre. It's hard to do from this position. You inherently have less control of the body. Oh, the far side armbar. Classic Kimura counter. And just a little bit loose, but Dean Trueman showing he's got the attacking jiu-jitsu as well.
Ventre has to get to work here, again falling back for the leg lock. Ventre seems really intent on attacking the legs here, Josh.
Yeah, looking for a straight ankle now, but just a little bit too loose.
Josh, it's going to be very interesting as we finish that second round to hear what the corners have to say. It's been a real chess match so far here in the first and second. And Josh, what advice would you be giving to Adam Ventre at this juncture?
I don't know. I mean, I've got to be honest, that's a tough one because he had a lot of very good submission entries there, but not able to finish them. And it's one of those things that make or break. You spend your time hunting for those. You're either going to pull it off or you're probably going to lose from the bottom position. So it's very tough, but you've got to say the stronger, sharper strikes are probably coming from Trueman. And that combined with the top position, you've got to see the fight going his way at the moment.
Could indeed be a long way back for Adam Ventre. He's a finisher, though. If you look at his professional record, a rear naked choke of Brent Crawley, guillotine choke, submission by armbar. One thing that is notable, though, about Ventre's record, if you look at those submission wins, they've come early in the fight. They've come in the first half, generally the first round. Will he be able to pull something out here in the third against Dean Trueman, who's still looking very strong here, Josh? Trueman a finisher as well. 3 wins by TKO. Slip there, and Ventre taking advantage. Looking to pile on the pressure with the punches.
Yeah, good head movement from Trueman. Ventre immediately looking to go under the chin.
Ventre needs to be careful with the knee to the head here. Trueman keeping that hand firmly on the ground. It's up now. Nice trip by Dean Trueman.
It was an excellent takedown, and he's got side control for his troubles. And we haven't really seen either fighter with a dominant position on the bottom. There's always been some form of guard or defense established, but it's the first time Trueman's had a truly offensive position.
And Ventre is doing his best to deprive him of any opportunity to lose it. Big knee to the body. Oh, that hurt Adam Ventre.
And immediately Trueman looking for the takedown again. We saw that in the second. Some good strikes on the break, immediately in on the takedown. Definitely has his motor pattern sorted for that.
Ventre does tend to recover quite quickly, though. We've seen him take a couple of shots in this fight and previous contests, and he's always recovered quickly and got straight back in the game. Great resilience from the young man from Liverpool. Similar thing could be said of his teammate Paddy Pimblett. We've seen Paddy take some big shots and then come back and land some crazy submissions. He's certainly made them tough in Liverpool. Always been a good fighting city, as is Nottingham, the home of Dean Trueman. Ventre trying to get something going with his legs here. Very, very tough position to be in. And surely at this point, Josh, for Dean Trueman, it's about not taking risk. It's about riding this one out. Ventre, though, still fighting him every step of the way, takes a big elbow for his troubles.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to see him pull anything off from this kind of half guard this late on. He's looking to throw his legs up, but I'm not entirely sure what for at the moment. Looking for that Kimura.
If Ventre could pull something off here, it certainly would be a story. Trueman, though, in control at this point. Trying to create some space to drop a couple of elbows, maybe. The referee Neil Hall taking a close look at it. He will ask for action and improvement if he feels it's necessary. I think he was just warning about holding the gloves there as well. And Ventre's corner screaming at him to get up, to make something of this. Ventre does have good hands as well. Perhaps they want their man to give this one last run on the feet. Trueman, though, does not look like he has any intention of getting up.
No, it just seems like he's content to pin, content to land short shots, and Ventre has to try and create the space here to do something. Trueman's certainly not going to give it to him at this stage.
Well, the first two rounds were a chess match. It's looking to possibly be checkmate here as Dean Trueman really does exert his control on this third frame.
And Ventre needs to get up, he needs to create the space. This is not really serving any purpose for him at this stage.
Trying to sit out now is Ventre. There can't be much on the clock though, Josh. Nice shoulder strike there from Trueman. Really, all the more impressive, Josh, if you take into account that Dean Trueman's actually been out of action for a year. It's been just over a year since he last competed. Certainly showing no signs of ring rust here at FCC.
It's been a very good performance for him. I mean, you know, the defensive work he had to do to defend those submissions, he did very well. You know, he fought the posture, then he fought the grips, and then he cleared the knee line and got his leg out and rode out the positions. It's a really good performance from Dean Trueman. I thought his striking on the timing on the breaks and going back to the takedowns, that was fantastic, and he's very much earned what I feel will be a decision win for him here tonight.
And a final flurry from both men. And Josh, those final scenes say it all. An absolutely frustrated Adam Ventre, clearly very angry about how that one went down, and an elated Dean Trueman. Jubilation from the young man from Nottingham. Frustration from the young man from Liverpool. But Josh, both these men, early in their mixed martial arts careers, both these men certainly will take a lot from this fight, and certainly nothing to be embarrassed about for Adam Ventre. He made an incredible effort there, and great sportsmanship as well from Ventre to go over and congratulate his opponent. But Josh, Dean Trueman, coming off a year break, really did put on an impressive performance tonight.
Yeah, certainly did. I can't really add anything to that other than, you know, I look forward to seeing him fight again. I hope it's not another whole year. He's obviously made some fantastic strides, but, you know, I'm sure after a performance like that, he'd be eager to get back in and capitalize quickly.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear for these two fantastic warriors this evening. And after unanimous decision, your winner in the blue corner.